What is up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I can never say my fellow hermits again because the channel has changed to Tusk Act YouTube. I don't know where I got the name. I just randomly thought of a name. Probably gonna change it tonight. But yeah, I'm tired AF. So I'm just gonna try to get this video done. Since I made the thumbnail for it, I made the thumbnail for it. It's kind of good. So I'm gonna just try to get this done and quick. So today we're going to be doing what if Deku had Tusk? Do I mean Tusk Act 1? Do I mean Tusk Act 2? Do I mean Tusk Act 3? Do I mean Tusk Act 4? No, I mean, well, all of them. So so let me explain how this Tusk in this universe is going to work. Tusk in the JoJo universe is a stand who is obtained by the left arm of the corpse part, and it develops through the spin, eventually getting Tusk Act 2, Tusk Act 3, Tusk Act 4. Now, Tusk Act 1's power is able to basically spin Johnny Joestar's nails. So it's basically like he can spin nails. But this is, of course, accompanied with the power of the spin. So basically, Tusk Act 1 just makes Johnny's Joestar's spin stronger and allows him to rotate his fingernails. Tusk Act 2 is basically the same thing, I'd say. But a little stronger. Like, he learns about the golden rectangle, I think. Tusk Act 3 now. Tusk Act 3 is able to create wormholes that Johnny Joestar can shoot through. Anything. The wormholes can travel on surfaces. Anything that goes through the wormhole basically shreds up. And Tusk Act 4 is just a bunch of funny nonsense, bro. Whatever it hits or whatever it travels to, it's just infinitely rotating, and it's nonsense. Go watch a video on it or something. I'm not 2 minutes into the video and I haven't even got to the what if. But yeah, instead of Deku having spin, he won't develop it that way. The way he will develop Tusk is through One for All. Yes, you heard me right. So Deku's nails don't really spin. Instead, they shoot off with the power of strength and with enough power of strength and force, meaning the blows are more lethal than Johnny's, which were very lethal because they were spinning. He does still have the wormhole ability when he gains that ability, but yeah. So we're gonna start this what if finally. So Deku is walking from home. Also, the corpse parts does exist in this universe, and that is how Deku's going to gain the stand. Eventually, I was just going to have him have it, but, like, that wouldn't really make sense. So, yes, the corpse parts do exist in this universe. Deku is walking home. Deku is walking home from school. He just got done, and he was humiliated by Bakugo. Of course, his diary of heroes was blown to bits. He couldn't save it, it was charred. He would walk home saddened, as everything he kept in there, every hero he had known was kept inside of that book, and Bakugo had just charred it. While walking home, he would see something laying on the street. In the middle of the street, Deku would go to pick it up, and suddenly it would vanish. But before he picked it up, he picks it up, and it's an arm, like it's a left arm. Deku freaks out, but before he can throw it, it vanishes. It has now combined with Deku's own left arm. It has accepted Deku as the user of the left arm. Deku doesn't know where the left arm has gone. He just thinks it like disappeared, or maybe it was an illusion in his head. So he begins to walk home, and he is eventually attacked by the sludge villain. But instead of like Deku like using Tusk or anything, All Might just appears. Deku doesn't know he has Tusk, of course, and so All Might just appears and saves him, just like canon. So Deku jumps onto All Might's leg. The sludge villain and bottles, get everywhere. And so yes, he talks to All Might about the same speech. Later in the day, the sludge villain attacks Bakugo. Deku sees this. Bakugo's helpless. One of his own classmates, one that he deems a friend in his eyes, a friend/bully. Deku runs in, not really thinking it through, since he's quirkless. But this is exactly when he summons his stand for the first time, or he gets a good look of it. Tusk Act 1. As Deku begins to run in, his toenails shoot through his shoes, hitting the sludge villain. Nothing happens to the sludge villain, really, but the sludge villain is just confused, just as Deku. Deku tries to climb through the sludge villain's sludge, but he eventually does climb through enough. He notices something, though. His fingernails, they're like, well, not rotating, since they're not rotating in this what ifs, but they're stronger. As he climbs through the mound of sludge, he finally begins to feel Bakugo's body, but before he can do anything, All Might lands. Do not fear, for I am here. He uses the amount of percentage he used in the anime and blasts away the sludge villain from Bakugo's body. It's finally over. He then has a talk with Deku, and All Might begins training him, giving him his hair, and Deku is now the user of One for All. Deku trains with All Might. He trains his body, and he finally can eat the hair. Deku eats the hair, gaining One for All. Now, he has 2 more days to train with One for All before, anything can be like used. So, as he trains with One for All, he notices something. What happened back there at the sludge villain station? His nails, they felt stronger, like they were able to do anything. He then recalled that his toenails, they shot at the sludge villain. Deku holds out his finger and focuses everything, all of One for All, all of his power into his one fingernail that he's pointing out at some random cardboard box or something. And with all of the force used in that one fingertip, he pushes out his fingernail. It goes straight through the box, leaving a hole in it. It's as dangerous as a gun itself, even stronger possibly. Deku looks at his fingernail. Well, where his fingernail used to be. It slowly but surely grows back, and Deku now figures out his new ability, Tusk Act 1, as he sees the small little babyish creature appear out of his arm. Jimmy mean? The creature says, as Deku uses his stand ability. Well, wait, you're the creature that allows me to do this? And so, Tusk just disappears once more. With the 2 days left he had, or 1 day left since he used one whole day, just to train with One For All itself. So he has a better use of One For All. He knows he can break his limbs way earlier, and it's bad for him to really do that, but yeah. The next day, the last day he has before he has to go to the UA exam, he trains his stand ability. He gets a range on it, a general range, everything he can really do so far. He doesn't know he can evolve it yet. So, Deku then starts the UA exam. I can't believe you applied for this, nerd. He would, as Bakugo would say as he walks up to Deku, a quirkless brat like you shouldn't even be here. This is where great heroes like me will emerge from. But go ahead and try. I can't wait to see you fail. Worthless Deku. Bakugo would then just begin to walk away from Deku, as Deku would really be nervous about this. As Deku enters the exam area, Ida then gives him a lecture once again, and then they start. Deku flies off, everybody getting points instantly. He doesn't know what to do. His mind is racing. The only thing he can think of is getting points from a long range. His stand appears beside him. Jimmy me! As he fires off 2 nail bullets into a robot. The nail bullets make the robot fly. He's been practicing with One For All. These nail bullets are more dangerous and powerful than any gun could ever be. Deku fires off 2. They go straight into the robot's head, flying out the other side eventually. The robot flies. Well then, it seems my training paid off, Deku can think. Deku kills 2 pointers, 1 pointers. He's back to back. He then eventually kills a 3-pointer, firing off a whole hand of nail bullets. Frick, that's some of my ammo gone. I only have 1 more hand to use, and I better use him wisely. Deku then... And yes, it takes some time for them to regrow, just like Johnny's had some time to regrow. Deku then fires off 5 bullets at 1 instantly. It was a 3-pointer and it was approaching Deku. He had to use all of his ammo. Shit. What options do I have now? Deku just begins to think as he runs through the streets of where robot fuel is, and everything is just dying. Robots are just dying. Bakugo would see Deku as the number 1 with the points so far and would get furious. That damn Deku. He had a quirk all along. I knew it. That liar. Liar. I'm gonna kill him for this. He would begin to think as he traverses through, chasing after Deku. Deku! He would then explode the air, pushing him forward. More forward than Deku. He would then explode the Deku running. He would then explore the robot running towards Deku, gaining 1 more point than he already had. Bakugo was in the lead by 1 more point than Deku, and Deku wouldn't allow this. A whole hand of nails had grown back, and his other hand started to just grow back. And this is when the tragedy would happen. He would hear a screaming noise as Uraraka had been captured. He then charges into the air, jumping, lifting off on his feet. What can I do? My nail bullets, they won't be strong enough to pierce through the robot entirely. Everybody else is just running, looking at Deku, who as if he's stupid. That gives Deku, the 0-pointer gives Deku 0 points. So why is he even rushing toward it? Deku then makes a decision. Alright, I know what I have to do. Deku holds out a whole hand of his nails shooting it at the hand that Uraraka, or shooting it at whatever Uraraka is trapped under. I believe she was trapped under rubble. The rubble is released. Uraraka is free. He then charges up his whole fist. Full cowling, 100%. He then smashes the robot, breaking his arm as he hits the impact. Recovery Girl then comes out and heals him. He saved Uraraka, which was his main goal. He didn't want her to die. But in the end, he had been surpassed by Bakugo by 1 point. Bakugo had took the league, and it looked like Deku would just have to settle for the number 2 spot. Well, that's what he thought. But when he got the letter from All Might, the rescue points that Uraraka had given him boosted him. Barely past Bakugo. He was the winner. Now, guys, this is where I'm going to end it. Hopefully, you like this up. I really like this What If. Like, just hearing me do this. So, I'm probably going to watch the video through, see if it was good. And I hope you guys do like this, because I really do like this. I might make a part 2 regardless if you guys like this video up or not. And bye, guys.